Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. As the title of this video, which I have not yet written down, but I have an idea of what I'm going to say, says, this is not a drill. Shill me your best meme coins. I have a ridiculous story to tell you. It's insane. Nothing like this ever happens to me, but here we go. It's happened. But before we even get into this, I'm not worried about Bitcoin. And the question that we're going to have to ask ourselves, I'm going to cover this at the end of this video. If you don't want to hear my story, just go to the end of the video. Although I think that you might get some value out of what I'm about to say, just for future reference. But the question we have to ask ourselves for Bitcoin is this a period of accumulation or of distribution? And so I'll get into what I mean by that at the end of the video. If you just want to know about Bitcoin, get to the end of the video. But this is some crazy stuff that's happened to me. Yesterday, I was browsing PancakeSwap, just my PancakeSwap on my phone through Trust Wallet. And I saw in I had a farm. I had a farm that PancakeSwap, I created an LP. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I created an LP with two stable coins, RUSD and BUSD. And probably like a day after I created that LP with about $400 worth of stable coins, PancakeSwap shut this farm down. I don't know why, it just happened. And being the lazy person that I am, lazy and careless person that I am, I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna kill the LP. I'm just gonna leave it there. And so here's what happens. This LP is back up, the RUSD BUSD farm. And so when it gets back up, remember $400, when they relaunch it, this APR is insanely high until the liquidity brings it down. So if you're asking why does PancakeSwap's APR, APY, whatever you want to call it, go down consistently, it's because more and more liquidity is being added to the farm. And so how high was this APR when they restarted this? And again, I never killed my LP, so I might have been the only person getting this APR, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like 50,000% or something like that. And I was just making a killing without even knowing about it. And then, more and more liquidity came into it because 36% APR on a stablecoin pair is insanely awesome. And that's going to go down as liquidity goes up. But I looked in my wallet and I had earned $3,700 worth of cake. And so it's insane. I pulled that from there. It's in my Trust Wallet right now. And unfortunately, I made a video on TikTok. This was very careless of me, but I made a video on TikTok basically saying, hey, show me your meme coins. And you might be shocked to hear this, but TikTok didn't like that. And so they immediately took it down, and I got a 2-day ban on TikTok. I can go live on TikTok, but I got a 2-day ban. But listen, I'm being a little bit facetious with this, but I have $3,700 worth of cake that has appeared out of nowhere pretty much. And I feel like it is my God-given mission. I'm exaggerating big time, but it's my God-given mission to spend every single penny of this $3,700 on meme coins, to waste it on meme coins. And if I turn it into $100,000, fantastic. If it goes to zero, no problem. I mean, yeah, I'll be sad, but nope. You know what? It's that $3,700 that appeared out of nowhere because I was careless and lazy. So legitimately, friends, put on your baseball caps. I don't know what I'm saying here. Shill me your best meme coin. Now, I want to tell you some things that I've already bought. And this is by no means an endorsement because they're all up. They're not up a ton. They're up I mean, for if it was a stock, I mean, this would be like mind blowing, but it's a meme coin. So, yeah, just here's what I've purchased. I bought $300 worth of Fox Girl. I'm going to buy like 10 different cryptocurrencies. I bought $300 worth of Fox Girl, because here's the deal with Fox Girl. People on my TikTok are spamming this like crazy. And I remember a time when that kind of energy was given to Shiba Inu, and I didn't pay attention. Like before Shiba Inu went to the stratosphere in May, people were begging me to take a look at Shiba Inu, and I wasn't. I'm not putting a dime to this. And if I put $100, that would be worth between probably about $50,000 right now. That would the total guess. But I'm not making that mistake again. If you're going to be enthusiastically shilling a coin as much as the Fox Girl people have been, and I see a market cap, a fully diluted market cap of 15 million, yeah, sign me up. Cat Girl has been shilled like crazy on my TikTok, but it's up 20,000% over the last month. I haven't looked at it in the last couple of days, but when I looked at it, I was like, it was up 20,000%. I'm like, no thanks. It's at a $300 million market cap. No, thank you. You know, how much higher is it going to go? Is it going to go to several billion dollars? Fine. Is it the next Shiba Inu? Most likely not. But something that's up 20,000% in the last 30 days, it's like so many people are in profit. I'm not touching that. I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But Fox Girl with a market cap of 15 million, fully diluted market cap of 15 million, yeah, that's more interesting to me. And seeing the energy with which people have shilled it, I'm okay with that. So I bought it yesterday. I had to have bought it right around here because it doubled overnight. And so, well, no, all right, it doubled at one point when I looked at it, and now it's down to a modest 70% gain. But I bought Fox Girl. My friend, the Happy Jewtalian on TikTok, bought it and it like 10x'd. So there's definitely potential for Fox Girl to go higher. One thing you got to check, I mean, seeing the difference between this and what's the other one? What's the one that got rugged? Squid Token, is that you see ups and downs. So you're seeing ups and downs here, and so people are able to sell. With Squid Game, they weren't able to sell. But if this goes to zero again, so be it. Not financial advice. Meme coins are highly risky. I am not saying to get into Fox Girl, but let's move on. Micropets. Micropets, I'm not looking at the chart here, but you know what? I looked at this. Somebody mentioned it. I liked the name. It's an NFT project, but they have a cryptocurrency as well. I guess they want to make money, plenty, you know, enough money as possible. They have a liquidity lock. Listen, I didn't do a ton of research again on this. I saw the name. I thought it was cool. I went to the website. I was like, oh, cute pets. And I put $100 into it. This is what I'm going to do. And, you know, I hope that you can realize that I'm not being hypocritical. $3,700 was dropped into my lap, and I am going to be ridiculous with only this $3,700 and nothing else. This has doubled, I believe, maybe tripled since I bought it. $100. And then Yushi, I bought Yushi legitimately because somebody on my Twitter account said, hey, check out Yushi. And so I did. And that has tripled. I put another $100 into it. That's tripled. So I'm looking for another 9 cryptocurrencies to put, you know, $300 or so, $350 into. So again, shill me your best cryptocurrency. There are a couple that I'm not going to get, and I would warn you against buying either of these. You know both of these names, but I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to share with you why. Shiba Inu. So the 5 billion, somebody bought 40 trillion SHIB, somebody bought 40 trillion SHIB for $8,000 a year ago, and that $8,000 has turned into $5 billion. This person should not be considered a billionaire. He's not, he or she is not, or they are not, because if they tried selling their 5 billion SHIB would just die. Pretty much. You know, it's got a market cap of what, 40 billion, something like that, maybe a little less than around 40 billion, I think. And you take out, you try to sell 5 billion worth of it. No, that's not, there's not $40 billion worth of SHIB in there. If somebody is going to take out 5 billion, that would mean that it would go well under $1 billion in market cap. So SHIB will die if this person tries to sell. They're not getting anywhere near $5 billion. They're not getting anywhere near $1 billion. I haven't looked at, you know, I haven't done the math. I don't even know how to figure that out, but they would get millions, a few millions. I actually read somewhere that the person would probably get like $5 million if they sold all their SHIB. So anyway, they are moving their SHIB around, 40 trillion SHIB to unknown wallets as price consolidates. That should be a cause for concern, because this person, I'm sure, will want to take profits. And he's going to have to be smart about it. You know, maybe sell 1 million worth at a time. Don't try selling 1 billion worth. You're not going to. I would hope. My hope is that he has somebody very smart around him telling him how he has to go about doing this, because, you know, he could walk away with this $5 million and kill everyone's portfolios. Or he could take out small chunks at a time and wait for new capital to be injected, take out small chunks, wait for new capital to be injected. But even then, that's a concern. That should be a concern for you, because that means every time Shiba Inu goes up, let's say this whale takes out $1 million worth of SHIB. I mean, that's going to take a long time. It's going to take a very long time. And it may be that this person just kills all the momentum. So right now, this is the personal opinion aside. You guys know I hate Shiba Inu. Personal opinion aside, this would be enough to scare me away. The second thing, looking at the Doge Bitcoin chart here, this is really fascinating. Somebody pointed out to me, just look at this descending wedge. This is an all-time chart here. Massive descending wedge that was going down to zero, and then 2020, new paradigm, boom, new paradigm. This is insane. Look at this all-time chart in comparison to Bitcoin. I remember in 2018, early 2018, Doge topped out at 1.7 cents. And I remember buying some Doge around November and thinking like, man, I would be ecstatic if this went to 10 cents or maybe, dare I say, even 20 cents. I did not, there's no way logically that I should have thought that Doge was going to 20 cents based off of this past history. But then pop out of nowhere, broke through that descending wedge in a violent way. There are people who I know who saw to some extent this coming, that there would be an extraordinary Dogecoin move. Even without Elon Musk, there would have been something extraordinary that would have happened with Dogecoin over that time period from December until when Elon went on SNL. But this, Elon just poured fuel on that fire. Did he see this coming? Maybe. And I'm going to tell you guys something, why I'm so bullish on Litecoin. If you were to draw a Litecoin Bitcoin chart and you would see a very similar descending wedge. I think it's only a matter of time, and that it's going to happen very soon. It's going to happen in the next few months. Nothing like this. Don't get me wrong. Nothing like, Elon Musk tweeting about Litecoin's not going to do anything. But what about like this? If you're following my mouse, what about going back to this point, the highest ever Dogecoin Bitcoin price? So but for Litecoin, driving it up there, that would be many X's, many X's. Okay. So anyway, let's actually talk about Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin. Is this the question I'm asking again? So we are now 4 weeks into a period of consolidation, accumulation, or distribution. Well, what do I mean by accumulation or distribution? Are we accumulating now for a higher run up, or are we distributing now? Is the smart money distributing to the weak hands, and then we're going to see a dump? So February until May was a perfect example. It was textbook distribution. I saw that play out. I identified that as a distribution time, but what I thought was going to happen was what happened in April of 2013, where we had a blow off top, and it didn't happen. But I called it. I said we're going to, Bitcoin's going to drop 50% or more. I said that in a February 23rd video, but I thought, Bitcoin was going to go up to $100,000, have blow off top at $100,000, and then maybe go down to $50,000. What I should have seen was that Bitcoin, if it had a blow off top to $100,000, would have still gone down to $30,000. It would have still happened, and then we would have gone back up. So waiting for that blow off top, I missed the rounded top because that's never happened before. But that was, if you look at the sizes of the wallets that we're purchasing here, it was all minnows. It was small wallets. It was retail. It was me and you. not that I purchased much at 61,000. I did buy some Bitcoin for my kids at $61,000 in April or something like that, in March. And I was really sad about that. They had a lemonade stand and they gave me all their money and I bought Bitcoin with it. And, give it a long enough timeline, I don't sell that until they're adults, they'll be just fine. So I'm not worried about my kids, but I was sad about that when Bitcoin was down at $30,000 range. But what I want to tell you is it's a no-brainer for me right now. It is a no-brainer for me. There is zero doubt in my mind that this is a period of accumulation and not distribution. Again, this was distribution. Small wallets were buying. This right here is accumulation. I've talked about the charts. I've showed you the on-chain analytics, the illiquid supply. I talk about illiquid supply all the time, to the point where if you watch all my videos, you should just cringe, or not cringe, but you should anticipate that I'm going to talk about illiquid supply. Illiquid supply keeps on rising. When we came to the end of the bull run in 2017, the supply was becoming very, very liquid, and it was happening very quickly. If this was the end, the supply would have gone liquid when we got to 67,000. It became for a moment. For a brief moment, it became slightly liquid, like a hair liquid. And now it's becoming more and more illiquid again. And so if you were to see a chart like this, it would just be a straight line up. The supply is becoming more illiquid, which means that you've got to be patient. I mean, this month is what? 64 hours old, according to the UTC. It's 64 hours old. I mean, if you were expecting on November 1st for Bitcoin to shoot to the moon, which, I was expecting that. It's like, okay, that's fine. It's not happening. That's fine. But more so what I think is going to happen is kind of like, a rounded move up where it's going to be slow and then it's going to be quick. And I still think, yes, around $100,000, give or take a few $1,000s this month. By when, I don't know. And will we see a 25% correction at some point this month? I believe so. I don't think it's going to happen now. By no means. I'm still expecting us to climb pretty significantly. But just let this accumulation happen. The longer we accumulate, the more dramatic the run is going to be. Nothing has changed. My prediction day, my prediction dollar amount, that hasn't changed yet. And if it does change, fine. Maybe we'll go longer. Maybe we'll just have an explosion and that'll be it. But we're in great shape, everybody. I want you to know that Bitcoin right now, this is nothing at all like May. The on-chain analytics confirms that. And there will be a time when we look like May, and I think we'll have a blow off top. This time, not unlike May, but yeah, it's not the night and day difference. Night and day difference. So if you want more information about that, I'll be happy to share it with you. I know I'm not sharing with you any Glassnode charts right now, but I've shared those over and over again. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this content. Please smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will be live later today, probably late in the afternoon, Eastern time. And I will most certainly be seeing you in another video.